My name is Jamie Atkins Reinhardt. This is Speech Online, and this is my persuasive speech on sustainable living. I think you know what's involved when we say sustainable living. A wide variety of information and topics can be encompassed into these two little words. From the food we eat to the transportation we use, heating, cooling our homes, and even lighting them. These are all compiled into this no-nonsense approach to living. You could say that it would take us back to the Stone Age, that would end progress. But no, in fact, this would assist us in conserving our natural resources and help preserve the world for our future generations. The environmental factor to no-nonsense living is, one is organic gardening. It's safer and it's a low impact on the environment. By buying local farmers' produce or growing the food ourselves, it lowers greenhouse production and the use of plastic packaging and even the transportation used to get it from one place to another. It also lowers the harsh chemicals that are used in the pesticides, and that leads to heavy irrigation issues, and it also an intensive tillage to the land, and it also reduces the use of large industrial companies to do our produce growing. Then we can move on to the fact that sustainable living also has advantages into building our homes that we live in. Now, these homes are built through sustainable living materials, and that can be from the bamboo, soy insulation, recyclable materials, and these all have a low impact on our environment. And most of the time, these materials and methods that are used in the materials have a neutral impact on the earth, and it helps facilitate the green, sustainable lifestyle. And like I said, they have a low impact on the environmental or no impact, and most of the time these materials are considered green when they have no impact on the air or the water conservation. Now, these homes also use alternative power sources most times. Now, they can usually be on a grid or off a grid, and for the homes that are on a grid but usually have their own power source, these homes can actually produce extra energy that can be used and sold to the utility company that they're connected with. And in that instance, the government gives some power credit that you can use at the end of the year, and you get those credits back. Now, the alternate power sources that cut down on greenhouse gas emissions, and it can cut down the green in our pockets at the same time. Now, by generating a renewable energy yourself and feeding it back into the utility company, like I said, most of the time you're going to get paid for this extra utility power when you sell it back to them, and the government does give you credit towards it. And the alternative power modes are usually solar thermal energy. They can be wind turbines. Have you ever seen the wind turbines that are in people's yards? These generate a lot of power and they have a lot of usages. Now, also we have biomass, and there's also an alternative power source that burns organic materials like straw, wood, or manure even. Now, when you think of sustainable living, this is not only going to help our environment, but it's going to help us be healthier as well. And one way of doing that is to reduce meat consumption, red meat to be particular. Now, by reducing the red meat consumption to 1 or 2 meals a week, or even utilizing a vegetarian type of lifestyle, you can reduce the environmental strains that are caused by industrial meat production. And by using free-range or grass-fed meats, these are also going to aid in a sustainable meat consumption. Now, how is that going to help us be healthier? Well, it eliminates disease down to a point, and it lowers the obesity rate. You use organic fruits and vegetables that have no carcinogen-based materials like pesticides on them. Those can reduce those carcinogen cancer-causing agents. And also, a healthier food leads to more energy, and it also leads to less of a sedentary lifestyle. that we're used to. Remember that old saying that you are what you eat? Well, healthy choices make a healthier you. Now, also using organic or green hygiene products like soaps and shampoos. These biodegradable products put less of a strain on our water conservation, and recyclable packages puts less of refuse in dumps. Now, using green products can also be affordable, and they can encourage good hygiene when they're affordable, and they can reduce any allergic reactions that you may experience with the products that are made by industrial. Now, although progress is good, the effects on the planet so far and on ourselves has been really too much for us to ignore anymore. While technological advances in medicine and industry are bounding, our sedentary lifestyle are becoming increasingly more common. It's killing us. Long gone are the days that physical activity was part of our natural day, everyday life. From going into the fields and working the fields and walking from place to place to get anywhere, that's really gone. We use cars, computers, everything to do things that we could possibly, even like phone calls. We have all these text messages and things. And not that technological advances are not good, but some of these things can lead to the sedentary lifestyle that we've become accustomed to. Now, our natural resources are suffering right along with us. The greenhouse gas emissions and the ozone layer are a constant concern. The depletion of our fossil fuels and the byproducts that are left by them are posing a poisonous substance on our planet and harming us. Soon there's not going to be any resources left for the next generation. If we as a world cannot band together and use sustainable living as an alternative to how we are using the world today, we can make a difference, and we can save our planet from what we're doing to it for our next generations to benefit from it. Thank you.